Assalamualaikum. Firstly, we look at what is tax. Tax are mandatory contribution levied on individuals or corporation by a government entity. In other words, tax is the money that people and business pay to the government. Next is when the self-assessment system is started. The self-assessment system was started in 2001 for companies and in 2004 for individuals. This system allows taxpayers to calculate their own tax based on their income and expenses. So, the objective of this assessment is to look at how tax knowledge affect compliance, problem in tax enforcement, and how tax advisors help taxpayers follow the law. By understanding this issue, we can find ways to improve the tax system and make it fair for everyone.
In this part, I'm going to talk about the key findings from our article. The first one, which is overview of Malaysian Self-Assessment System, SAS. The purpose of this system being introduced is for taxpayers to have knowledge based on tax system. Taxpayers are responsible in determining and calculating tax liabilities on their own, and to have enough knowledge in order to differentiate which items need to be self-declared. It is also to ensure the right amount of tax to pay based on their decision-making. This article also introduced ICT advancement that helps taxpayers for better understanding in laws. The second key finding is education and knowledge build a stronger tax system. Through education, taxpayers may get enough guidance about current changes in tax laws, statutory tax advice, and audit and investigation activities. The tax compliance level will also increase due to higher tax knowledge. The last key finding is challenge to compliance in self-assessment system. There are still tax avoidance and discovery of more than 30,000 taxpayers have done misreporting, although SAS has been implemented for more than 20 years. This issue raised concern about this system's effectiveness because it was assumed that greater tax knowledge would lead to a better compliance. Some taxpayers misuse the knowledge for personal gain, which caused dilemma for Inland Revenue Board Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today I will be discussing the effectiveness of Malaysian self-assessment system SAS, the relationship between tax knowledge and compliances, and whether Malaysia should consider changing its tax system. Is the self-assessment system really effective? The self-assessment system was introduced over 20 years ago to help taxpayers understand tax rules and improve compliance. While it has had some success, tax evasion and misreporting still occur frequently. This shows that SAS alone is not enough to ensure that everyone fulfills their tax obligation. To address this issue, the government should introduce stricter rules and better enforcement measures. Only with stronger policies and stricter monitoring can we ensure that taxpayers fulfill their responsibilities and contribute fairly to the nation's development. Does more tax knowledge means more compliance? In general, having more knowledge about tax law can lead to better compliance. When taxpayer understands tax regulation, they are more likely to follow them and meet their obligation. However, this is not always the case. Some individuals, despite knowing the rules, still choose to avoid paying taxes because they believe the benefits of evasion outweigh the risks. This highlights the need for not only tax education but also strong enforcement measures to discourage tax avoidance. Should Malaysia change its tax system? The current tax system faces many challenges, especially with the rise of digital and complex business models. Enforcement has become more difficult, and some businesses take advantage of loopholes to avoid paying tax. To tackle this issue, Malaysia should introduce new tax regulation that prevent tax evasion and ensure fairness. A well-structured tax system will not only improve compliance but also help the government collect revenue more efficiently. By implementing necessary changes, we can create a fair and transparent tax system where everyone contributes their fair share. In conclusion, while the SAS system has been helpful, it is not entirely effective in preventing tax evasion. More tax knowledge can lead to better compliance, but it is not a guarantee. Therefore, Malaysia should consider improving its tax system with stricter enforcement and better policies. This will help ensure that all taxpayers contribute fairly, supporting the nation's economic growth and development. That's all from me. Thank you.
In order to enhance tax compliance and improve public understanding of tax obligation, we propose 3 key recommendations. This initiative will help educate taxpayers, identifying fraud and guide individuals through the complexity of the self-assessment system. First, we recommend launching comprehensive awareness campaign aimed at strengthening taxpayer education. The self-assessment system can be complex and difficult to understand, but through well-structured campaign, we can ensure that taxpayers fully comprehend how to manage their assessment. This campaign will not only explain the importance of compliance, but also highlight the consequence of misreporting. Next, we propose introducing a system that allows citizens to report instances of tax misreporting. Tax fraud undermines the integrity of the system, and a reporting mechanism will help identifying and address fraud more effectively. For example, an online portal will be created to provide easier and accessible method for users to report any misreporting. Finally, we recommend the development of comprehensive tax guidance system. This system will provide taxpayers with structured and easy-to-follow instructions on how to complete their self-assessment. In summary, this initiative will provide the education, tools and resources needed to promote tax compliance, reduce fraud and simplify the tax process for everyone. By using awareness campaign, reporting system and tax guidance, we can make tax compliance more easier and can reduce more mistakes.